happens when you stencil over a heat embossed background? It's time to experiment. Let's get crafting. For this technique, you're going to need some white embossing powder and some sticky embossing ink. I'm using Versamark, a background stamp. This is Woodware's Old Letter, and a stencil that's got some large openings. I do use a stamp platform. If you have one, fantastic, you can use it. If not, an acrylic block will certainly work. I just am not the best at stamping, so as evidenced by what you're going to see, but I miss a whole section up here, but that's okay. It still works and I still used it. I am going to use some anti-static powder. This is in a brush form by Pink and Main, and I like this so much better than my embossing bag because I don't have to touch the powder stuff. I don't like the way it feels, so the brush works pretty well for me. Using a clear sticky ink, this one is Versamark, I'm inking up my stamp and giving it a good firm pressure on the stamping platform. And I will do this a second time as well. This particular card, I'm going to be using Ranger's Superfine Detail White Embossing Powder, and I'm just going to cover the entire card and then tap it off. This is about the time that I figure out that I didn't do a very good job of stamping and I missed the whole top right corner. But oh well, we're going to use it anyway. I am using a Ranger Heat It tool only because I was super lazy. I should have dragged out my embossing gun and I would have been able to melt this much quicker. Now I've sped this up so you aren't suffering through it, but it did take quite some time. It's a little tough to see on camera, but all of the heat embossing is complete. I'm using an Altenews sticky grid, sticky mat, and this is a Vicky Bouton stencil, and I love her stencils because I feel like I'm really getting good value. Most of the stencils that she sells are in a 3-pack. And they're a great price point. So I've decided to use some orange colors and tones for this one. This first one's going to be Spiced Marmalade, and I'm simply going to use a small detail blending brush to do my petals. Now I'm not doing the whole petal, I'm just doing the inside part of the petal, and I'm avoiding the center and the edges because I'm going to do those in a different color. Now, if you're new to this, this is an emboss resist technique, meaning that I have heat embossed and I'm adding ink on top, and that heat embossing is going to resist the ink. The ink's not going to stick to it. So after we're all said and done, we're going to tidy this up and you're going to see that all of that background stamp you can still see. It's obscure, but you can still see it. Moving on to my next color, this one is Ripe Persimmon. I am using Distress Oxides, and these are very juicy pads. I re-inked them not too long ago, so that's why you're getting such vibrant colors from these, and that's the reason I really love my oxides. They are a combination or a hybrid ink, part pigment, part dye, and they are just creamy, dreamy, beautiful inks. Love them. Now to finish this up, I'm going to use Crackling Campfire, and I started to use that brush and decided against it. I'm going to use a really detailed little makeup brush here, and I'm just doing the edges of each of the petals. Now you're probably supposed to do the darker color towards the inside, moving out to the lighter, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Put your ink down however your little heart desires. It doesn't have to be realistic. This is art. And finish up with a little bit of mustard seed for the center of my daisy flowers here. And I'm just going to go ahead and remove my stencil, and this is such an amazing reveal. It's truly lovely. Now I did set this aside off camera, and waited for it to dry, and that's when I realized I didn't wait long enough. As I'm using this paper towel to buff the heat embossed areas and remove the ink, you'll notice that the orange is smearing to the center, the white part of the cards. And I just went ahead and embraced it. Sometimes things just happen, and that's just the way it goes. Now to further this, I'm using a black fine liner pen, and you're just going to outline each of the petals or areas of your stencil. It's super important that you choose a stencil that's got a wide opening. You can also do this with metallic or other colored embossing powders. I've used a background stamp. That one is by Spellbinders and it's called Sparkle Burst. I don't know if that's still available. It's pretty old. And so is this Hero Arts stencil. This was a stencil pair that I got at Joann's ages ago. It's called Petals. And this one I'm opting to do in pinks. So I've started out with Kitsch Flamingo, and I have now moved on to Worn Lipstick. And I've decided to do this one a little bit different. I'm making my darker colors towards the center of those florals. I'm going to finish this up with some Abandoned Coral. And as you can see, I'm kind of just slapping it on towards the centers. I did speed this up, obviously, but there's really no rhyme or reason to how you do your art and how you perceive flowers or whatever other object you may be coloring in. And I'm just going to go back and use that light Kitsch Flamingo from the beginning and just smooth out the ink blending. Peel off my stencil, and she's pretty. I'm going to finish off each of the panels by outlining my stencil with a black fine liner. And let's take a look at some finished cards. I cut my card panel with a postage edge, and I matted it on a blue layer and added a simple sentiment. I did another one, but this time I let it dry completely before off-centering it with a blue mat, a blue floral, and a gold piece that says Happy Birthday. For a metallic piece, I've added a reddish butterfly, a simple sentiment, and it's been matted on gold metallic cardstock. Have you ever used fine liner with your stencils? Let me know in the comments below. And check out some of my other videos. Until next time, I'll see you real soon.